Hi, everybody. This is Tolu and this is the Don't Be Afraid podcast. Welcome. I am taking over today. I've got an interesting guest. Before I introduce who is with me, this is the first in a 5-part series. Really curious to try and understand a lot more about the digital creative economy, and we've been lucky enough to get sort of 5 content creators, stroke influencers to agree to share their story. This is the first in it, and all protocol observed. Let me introduce today Mr. Eric Okafor, or you guys might know him, KnewKeed. Welcome.
Thank you.
Excellent. I'm not going to ask you to explain who you are. They should know who you are. They should know who you are. If you don't, go find out. Guys, I'm going to warn you. Eric and I were already chatting before we started, and we had to cut ourselves short because this was just going to keep on going. So it was just going to be one of those ones. Yeah. So this is likely to be back and forth. But I wanted to find out, where does the KnewKeed come from? Where is that? What's the explanation?
KnewKeed is basically just new, N-E-W and K-I-D. So I was trying to open a Twitter account way back in 2010, I think, and I needed a handle. And then I was like, oh, KnewKeed on the block. Let me share Funkify. KnewKeed was available. Okay. KnewKeed was available when I chose it, but I just this was the year of people spelling their names Hola with H-O-R. It was that year. So that's how KnewKeed came about.
But Eric is very easy to spell now.
So Eric is not my government name. Eric came after 2015. My mother named me Eric, but much later.
Okay, sorry, I'm pleased because this might be stuff you've shared before. But
no, I've actually never shared this.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So my mother named me Eric after, I think my name just didn't make sense. My Igbo name.
Okay, do you use it at all?
I like the name now, but that's after I just like it as a conversation starter because it's like a very ethnic name. It's Naya, which means father's friend, but I didn't meet my father per se. He died when I was 8 months old, so it didn't make sense to me. So as a father's friend, that your father is not around, you don't even know who he is.
Okay.
So that's how Eric came about. So my mom was just like, that's it makes sense that this name does not really make sense, So let's give you another name type thing. Yeah.
Alrighty. Because in Yoruba, okay, sorry, this is better be a tech conversation, but it's weird how these things happen because in Yoruba culture, obviously the way it works is your paternal father gives the name. So who gave the name? Is that the way it works in your Igbo culture, or who gave the name?
I don't know if it's cultural, but my grandmother was supposed to name my brother, and then for some reason they did not give him the name she wanted, and then she was like, the next one has to be, so that's how I ended up with the name. It would have made sense if my father lived, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay. So thanks. Very interesting. So how long have you been doing this? Because KnewKeed, how long have you been in the game? Are you still a KnewKeed?
Yes. I like to think so.
Yeah.
No, I mean, new in the sense that, I guess I've just embodied the name. It doesn't feel like it holds literal meaning anymore. But I have been, I would say I was a Twitter influencer for some years. I think then, blogs used to post me a lot.
No, I'm going to sort of, the guys who listen to this know that I always sort of veer. Do you call yourself an influencer or content creator?
I am both. I'm an influencer, content creator. If you call me a celebrity, I would still accept it.
Okay. Yeah, but you are a celeb.
Yeah. I mean, I accept every, because I think that it is important for people to know that there are influencers out there that are not trying to cut your neck by selling you, bleaching cream or kayamata. Okay. There are influencers that genuinely use products and try to match the product based on your needs. So I don't recommend things to people if they don't tell me what they do on their phone. Because with tech, it's not like there's no miracle. It's really data. You give me data, someone tells me, oh, I only take pictures. Oh, I'm a lawyer. I always read on my phone. I would recommend a phone that I think would serve you as a lawyer or a hairdresser or a makeup artist. If you want to take videos of your clients, you want to get the best skin tone, I will tell you what the exact iPhone to get, because not every iPhone gives you good, in terms of makeup, makes you look beautiful, and then some make you look too real that it's just not a good look. So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
So let me talk here. Right. So I've interrupted, but let's go back. Okay. So you're a Twitter influencer back then. Okay.
So I
Continue.
started out as a Twitter influencer, tweeting all kinds of nonsense. But there are always people who can relate to nonsense. And then I dabbled into radio. I was a guest on a radio show on Radio Man Star FM for a year in 2012. And then I went to serve. I came back. I started looking for a job while doing influencer gigs. At this point, I was booking like maybe 4 gigs a month, which was paying about roughly 80,000 naira.
Each or per month? That was what you were earning?
Per month.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember then I was saving to buy an iPhone because I was using Android for a long time, and I was like,
Android rules.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I want to have both. But, I wanted to get the iPhone 6. I didn't want to settle for anything less. So I didn't save. I was drinking like every other day. I don't even know what I was going through. I was just like trying to get a job because everybody got a job. And I was just like, okay, let me even try out getting this job. Eventually I did in 2015. And
again, sorry, Tolu interrupting again. But by then, at that point, influencer wasn't a job? Or was that the generational thing? Because now you see a lot more. Just to put it into perspective, at that point, was it your mom and parent, or was it your family still saying you need a job? Or was it, was that just societal pressure?
It's more of society, and the family is the first unit. So, when you have prayer points about getting job, you don't consider what you are doing a job. Even though I'm not collecting money from anybody anymore because I'm earning 80K, I'm not even going out. So I have a lot of money. I just go out, I drink, I buy fish like every other day. I can afford to pay my Uber. Then, it was enough. But there was still the prayer point, and I'm just like, okay, kept looking for a job eventually, yeah. Okay. So I'll tell you society, yeah.
Okay.
I wanted what every other person, like going out wearing like maybe a suit, like, or dress shirt, or like office shirt. I wanted that. Okay. But in hindsight, it got me to where I am today because it was still in the office where I shot my first unboxing video. My boss shot my first unboxing video. Because
what was your first job? What was that?
I was working in a company. Should I mention the brand?
Feel free.
So it's Techno Mobile. I was a digital marketing executive, and I was the second person that they hired as a digital marketer. So we're only 2 people from digital marketing. I mean, the marketing team had quite a number, maybe like 8 or so, but digital marketing was still developing at that point. And lucky for me, the devices that come, I would get them because we're only 2. So the devices that come on time, not on time, like before the launch, I got to play around with them before they hit the market. And then, one day my boss decided to record me unboxing and saying what I saw inside. And I posted it on YouTube. I remember my colleague saying, what did he tell me? I think I posted like 2 videos and he told me, am I monetized? I was like, what? Because back then monetization to me was like you do like 100 blogs, because some bloggers were making money from monetization, but I did not think that for YouTube you would do 2 videos and get monetized. Back then it was very easy to get monetized, and I got monetized in about a week with only 2 videos, maybe even 2 videos I think. Okay. So
sorry, yeah, I hate to interrupt the flow, but each time, sorry, because it just keeps on coming in, and it's really interesting. Do you remember what was the first amount you earned from YouTube? Do you remember because there's all this thing about,
I tweeted about it. It was 0.000000001. I need to check.
But it was dollars. It was dollars.
It was dollars.
I mean, you're a millionaire now. By that point,
I remember because I was just like, at that point, I just knew that this people have got to me finally. For me to even see $1. It's not like I was a stranger because I was a Twitter influencer at this point. I was using my Twitter page to push my video, just tweet it over and over and over. I was promoting myself shamelessly, which is what they recommended, and I still recommend to date because every time I share, at least you get like 10 views, 20 views, 30 views, and everybody has seen it before. That's for regular, like if your Twitter is, you have a regular Twitter account. For me, I was getting maybe 500, 600 for every time I retweet or post like the same video. So I know that I'm getting traffic.
Okay.
But it wasn't easy because it still took me a year and a half to get to 1,000 subscribers. And even before, and I didn't know what subscribers was until maybe 50 something subscribers. I mean, I learned from the hardest way possible because, you know, a lot of people now going intentionally. Then I was not going intentionally. I saw the number change from 52 to 53 and I got curious and I found out that they were subscribers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I think that, what was the question again?
See, now even I've lost it. So how did you start? So 2015, what'd you call it? You were doing your first unboxing video.
Yeah, I had to. So then I didn't know how to edit. So everything had to be perfect. And I watched a lot of unboxings from all your favorite tech content creators in the US and the UK. Well, in the US mostly, and then Super Surf in the UK. I think it was the only one back then, or the only popular one back then that I knew anyway. And I watched a lot of them. So even my accents back then, if you watch the videos, they are not my accents now. So I copied, I copied their style. And then eventually I fine-tuned to mine. And obviously, even with that fine-tuning, it's still not the same as what I sound like now. I had to, you know, listen to a lot of Igbo spaces because I wanted people to be able to tell that I'm Igbo when I speak. So I just sort of learned like the pattern that, you know, Igbo people like
now
how
or
they
still
speak.
even now or
This
or
was
just back then
during the pandemic and shortly after the pandemic, like 2021. This is when I started short form content. I wanted to sound more Nigerian. So I would just listen to Igbo people speak for hours and hours and hours. And some words, I'm just like, yes, this is how I'm going to be saying this word going forward.
That's
Yes. So yeah,
that's interesting.
I really wanted to have like a drop of authenticity in my speech because I lived in Lagos all my life and I was they shamed the Igbotic accent out of me, so I had to get it back the hard way.
Okay,
you know. Yeah.
Right? Was that just for sort of personal, or was that also motivated by the content creator, the idea of growing? Was it just, you know, this is who I am?
For me, I think there are views that I had. I mean, obviously, because I grew up in a normal Igbo Lagos. They take you to the village once in a while, and I became very boutique, you know, and then you come back and then, you know, people are like, what is going on? And then you start to work your way back to normal. Normal is like, I don't even know what that is, you know.
Okay.
But I just want people to be able to tell where I'm from.
Okay.
I think it's probably a personal thing because it doesn't matter how I speak. If you can hear me, I will enunciate properly for you to hear every single word that I say. Okay. But yeah, I just want to have like a, you know, small here and there. Yeah.
Because I mean, would you call it? Maybe my ears aren't tuned in to it because I don't hear the Igbo.
Oh, I'm not doing it right now. It's
Okay. So this is real.
Yeah,
this is you.
This is just me. This is just me. Yeah.
Okay.
This is just me.
Alrighty. Okay.
Yeah.
Which leads me to, because I still haven't let you finish how you got into this. We're till 2017, because I'm still going to go back and say, what did you study? What? Yeah.
Okay.
So does that lead to? Is there a natural progression? Because we've got your Twitter influencer. How did you even do that? You know, was it, because that was still early, that was still back in the days, and I still remember, you know, yes, a lot of noise, but that was still early, and there weren't that many people online. How did you build that? And then you then transitioned to the unboxing video. Yeah. So, but I still want to come back and say, you were talking about being you and developing you, and I have to ask because it's there and it's in front of me, the scar. There is the guys who are on podcast, you can't see this, please go and watch it. And if it's captured it, there is a scar on Eric's face. And it's along the string, and I'm really curious to find out how or what it represents.
So like I was telling you before we started recording, like I was making certain videos that you consider cringe. I consider them cringe now because I'm just like, ugh. But I was trying out different things, filters, you know, just for fun and stuff. So this scar was one of the filters that I tried. And it was from The Witcher, which is, what's it, the Korean guys, is it TBS, something? I can't can't remember. Sorry.
Okay, so not because when you said The Witcher, I was thinking of the American movie.
No, it's The Witcher.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Okay, there's something that everyone has. Where does everyone get this Korean thing?
Yeah, it's a vibe. I like it.
I know,
like
it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Sorry, I totally digress. My cousin was telling me about her sister, who obviously Nigerian, who is watching Korean movies and watching them with headphones on. Doesn't understand it, but she's like, "Why are you watching? You can't understand. What do you do with headphones?" So anyway, okay, so The Witcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
BTS. Sorry.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah.
BTS. Yeah.
Okay.
And so people liked it, and see, I just did that now. People liked it.
Okay. Yeah. I heard that. I heard that one. Yeah.
So people liked it, and I continued using the filter. So at some point, I started to draw it on my face, and then I created my own filter because the filter that I was using came with a bit of makeup on, and I just wanted the scar only. So I had to create the filter. I created it for Instagram, and I created it for TikTok and Facebook. Yeah. So now you can test the filter out on my page. If you go to my Instagram page, you can test the filter out. And a lot of people still they think it's real. And I wish it were real at this point because, I have to stress. Drawing it on is stress. And I have to get it the same way every single time. Okay. It's just one extra layer of what to do before I start anything. And even when I go out, the brands want me to wear it to take pictures. And,
seriously?
It just makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, it just makes sense.
Even the brands?
Yeah, the brands. Yeah, they want me to wear it on because it's part of my brand now. And this is something I introduced, I think 2021. So it's still pretty new even. Yeah.
That's amazing. I wonder if you have to trademark it at some point.
Well, at least I'm... I didn't, when I was trademarking, I didn't think about it. Yeah,
okay. Oh, no, it's interesting. Okay, alrighty. Back to 2015. You're working at Techno. You're doing an unboxing video. Go.
Yes. So from that unboxing video, we did one. We launched the product. On the day of the launch is when I published the video, and then a lot of people started to see the phone without even leaving their house, and they were like, "Oh, can I see you running XYZ app on it, or this particular game, or this particular software?" And I would take those requests and I would create a video with it, run whatever game they want me to run whatever app they want me to run, show them the specs, like not just say it, but show it to them. And they really appreciated it. So my little community then were the ones that, for the people that started with me, they're very excited to see me come this far because then imagine starting with someone when they have just one video on the internet and then, you come back and it's like, oh, wow, you have a whole career going for it. I didn't believe I was going to have a career going for it when I started. So I'm just as shocked, I was just as shocked when the time came and I had to resign. 1 year later, less than 1 year later, after the first video.
And you resigned to be a content creator?
Yes.
So have the prayer point, is that when the prayer point stopped? Or have they... Do they still?
I think, I didn't tell my mom when I was resigning. The day I was resigning, I didn't tell her. And to be honest, I didn't know specifically what day I was going to resign. I just knew after I had saved up a bit of money to basically cushion whatever effect, if anything, I saved up money and I resigned. So I knew I was going to be okay. I wasn't even paying rent. So I got home that day. I was like, oh, I've resigned. And Mom was like, she knows some of our other friends' children that have resigned to follow their path. And then, it's a thing that she didn't think was going to happen to her family, but she's glad that, she has one of those. I was like, okay.
Excellent.
So the prayer points, pretty much after I bought my car, because I bought my car after I resigned.
Okay.
I feel like the prayer points stopped because she was like, oh, if you can buy. And then I bought another car like 3 months later. It's like new to... So I was just doing whatever I wanted at this point. Okay. So yeah, and then I bought another car. There was a lot of
so you had 3
cars.
or you were just changing?
I had 3, but I gave her 1, so I had 2.
That helps
for myself. And one was on Uber, and then 1 was my main car. Okay. I was, so I feel like all of these things just sort of made a statement that if you can afford to, give me a car. Yeah. I moved out. I moved out 6 months after I resigned. I moved into my own apartment. Okay. So I feel like that kind of thing just told that, I'm not on this straight line trajectory. Like it was more of exponential, which is what it was. My YouTube AdSense alone was, I feel like then it was very, very okay to survive, like just putting out videos and taking YouTube AdSense, yes. But lifestyle kind of balances out, and then money's never enough anymore.
Yeah. Okay. And so when did you? I mean, you started off from obviously someone shooting the video. Do you still shoot your own videos, or do you now have a team? Because I remember, I'm sorry, and it was this thing of, it's amazing how, and something I remember about a comment someone made about Tom Cruise, by the fact that he's not just an actor, he's a product. And that thing of the team so Tom Cruise turns up, but he has a team. He has to have a team. He has to have the manager who takes care. He has to have this person. So are you at that? What do you do? Do you still manage it yourself, or how do you do?
This is the year that I'm going to get my team together.
Okay.
Because I feel like the work is becoming too much for me to handle alone. I mean, it has been too much for me to handle alone, but I managed to make it work. I managed to make it work by pricing myself right, just because I'm the one doing the work. So I'm not going to I don't take a lot of jobs.
Okay.
But I would take jobs that I feel like I connect with, or they pay a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. But I have my Canva put together because I wanted to put it out yesterday. It's just looking for an editor. But for this year, for next year, I want to have, and I have other businesses. So I'm not managing all the other businesses. But for the content part, I film, and most of my videos are edited by me. But now I have, young creators who want to edit my videos. They want to try, try their hands. And I'm like, I give them creative freedom to edit my videos, but I don't pay them, so I can't really call them my team. So I want to have my own paid team, because I'm not running a shop where it's not a school or anything. But I am grateful that a lot of people want to help here and there.
No, and I have to. I'm sorry, because not to. I mean, as they say, blow smoke up your skirt or whatever it is. But you said something earlier on that I think, still sits with me. I think really, really impressive is the fact that you actually do work with young creators. I think that it's amazing in that, because I think too many people work with closed hands. That's sort of like, that I've got it, so I must hold on to it tightly and do not let go. And you do that. So talk to me about that more, because that's huge impact. That's impacting on people's lives. So how did you what's the background to that?
So for me, I think a lot of the early years, I spent not even considering anyone else. Yeah. I put out videos when the videos are ready. I, put out multiple videos. So in the sense that I was the first, so I didn't have anybody to compete with. And then, there was Misteki, and then shortly after Fisayo, and to me, it did not feel like competition, because they were producing videos that looked different from mine. Mine was mainly like phone focused, and they were like production. Like they would put, they were trying to be very, how do I put it, traditional, in the sense that you have talking heads, you have B-rolls. For me, I was not about the talking heads. I did not want to show my face. So we were not to me, I felt like, even though we were all like tech content creators, for me, I was more about showing people the phone, and don't put any focus on me at all. Even if you watch like all my videos from the last 6 years, maybe, you would see that even the pictures I take, you would not see my lip in them, because I felt that's one way to disguise, and then people will know. So people were always asking, like, why do you always take pictures like that? That's why, because I don't want people to know who I am. So I take pictures, and I'm like, all the pictures, all of them. And yes, and some people just cuss me out on Naraland, because those the front page thing was going. I had the front page going on for me. Thankful to the mods who always push my videos to the front page. You guys helped a lot. But there was always like people just cussing me out just for taking pictures the exact same way. I'm like, this is even a good measure. You don't have to be distracted. You just like, yeah. Another thing, again, the reason why I'm comfortable with other people playing in the same space and all that is because I think that for us to make a big impact, we need to work together. Like, playing alone has never done anybody any good. Like, getting brand deals by yourself, even traveling alone, is boring. It's at least two people, right? And, it makes more sense that way. So I want people to be able to say, hey, if you want, and now brands are reaching out to me, and I've done about 3 or so brand sponsored collabs that brands want me and Yugosin to Egusi to like feature in the same video as, and they still pay both our rates combined. That's like less work but the same money. So
who's complaining?
Yeah.
Do the math.
Yeah. And I think that's, I mean, but the general idea for me is, even as a like sort of a challenge for me, because I can sell products, that I know I can do, but can I sell like for me to give somebody else influence, I feel like that's definitely new. It's like, it's not like I'm selling fame, but I'm bringing a star out to say, hey, this person is a star, and everybody agrees. And I'm like, yeah, because having an eye for talent is also a thing too. Like after that, a lot of people have DM'd me and say that they want to do collabs, and I look at their page and I'm like, yeah, it's possible, but I feel like it's not as easy as that one was, because that one was intentional, because I wanted to do it. I reached out. I had the idea down. I had a list. I sent him all the list of the ideas that I wanted to make, and it was the work for him, like that cut it down in half. So, but when people reach out, they don't really have so much ideas like going on, or they just like think about it, and but to me, I think I love collaborating. I love collaborating. I love watching other people get excited about things that I've had for a while, and I love like living vicariously through them. It's like, oh, your first 1 million is like, wow. I'm like, yeah.
Do you remember what because I know I was asking earlier, do you remember what it felt like? Yeah, what was the yes, I've arrived moment? Can you remember what was the okay?
It's when I was buying car up and down. Yeah, I think I got a brand ambassadorship with Intel West Africa, and Ebuka was on there. Gbemi, Mayatafo, Titi Lokbe, she's a poet, and that's like my first real taste of wow. Okay, I have. I could relax for a whole year, but I mean, I didn't relax. To me, that was even a call to want to get more gigs like that, because I didn't feel so deserving of it at the time. I think it's about, now it's normal. Yeah, and I guess that's what I wanted.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But because, I mean, you mentioned the people who DM you, and I'm going to come to it towards the end, and the usual, sorry. So just prepare you. Yeah. We're going to do what's advice do you want to give to the people? Sure, we'll do that later.
Sure.
But everybody is now a digital content creator. It's because I get my phone, I can do it and stuff like that. What do you think they're missing? I mean, do you think they understand the work? Because I was saying, we were having a conversation earlier, and I was saying that how often do you put content out? I mean,
how often should they put content out?
No, you. I mean, the kind of work. No, because I'm curious about, there was something about, I think people, for me, I love creativity. It's one of the things, seriously I'm passionate about it, because I just think I couldn't draw a straight line, and I think that without waxing lyrical, it just elevates us as human beings. It's amazing. But I think that in it, when we talk about people having muses and stuff like that, they also don't understand the work that it takes. And yet you hear about people who are authors who go, yes, I'm a writer, but every morning I get up at this time, I'm working, I'm in front of my computer from this time to that time. So it is work, and it's that work ethic. I don't know if because you're shooting on the phone, people realize that. So how often, how much content do you put out? What's your work ethic? What do you do? I
think at my peak, I was putting out content every day. So every day for the year. That means I would wake up in the morning and I would shoot, I would edit, and I would publish, and I would script the next video before bed. So
wait, sorry, no, because you mean every day for a year, 365 pieces?
Yes.
Bloody hell, man.
So that means no breaks, no weekends, no public holidays. Even when I was traveling, I created a video at the airport and posted.
Whoa, man.
I posted on the plane. So yeah, like before we took off.
You're kidding me.
So it's something you need to like mentally. For me, it was not just getting it out of the way, because these videos they needed to be impactful. So it was not just like, any video, whatever, posting whatever. So what I did was before the year started, I knew that throughout the year, 2022, last year, I knew that I wanted to post a video every day of the year. And that's what you should be doing, especially if you are starting out. You need to show that you are hungry, and especially for brands to see you. You need to be showing up every day for yourself, for your brand. So before the year started, I already knew that this is what I wanted to do. So the year before, I started to draft all the topics that I wanted to talk about. It's tech, right? And some things are old, some things are new, but some things need to be said over and over again. So even if someone has done the content before, it doesn't matter. I haven't done it in my own voice, in my own unique way. And everybody has that, your own voice, right? And your interpretation of a specific content will be different from mine. This is not even jumping on threads. This is pre-planning, So I have 150 ideas already before the year starts. And out of that 150, I have to pick one every day. And the list goes on as the year, progresses. So with that 150, say I created 100, then I have another 150 before that 100 expires in terms of ideas. So I write one line, maybe how to reset an iPhone, how to reset Android. Thankfully, that's two different content. Okay. Sometimes I merge them when I think that the hack is very short. I can do it. I can do it without losing the audience. But most times I just separate them so that, Android users watch Android videos, iPhone users watch iPhone videos. That's if it's about, something that is on both of them. Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay.
So it's work. It's routine. You need to have a routine like skincare, which is another routine that, you should take seriously as well.
Yeah, I always think that my skincare routine is I use Nivea on my face and I can't bloody remember the name of St. Ives on my body. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I like St. Ives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like St. Ives.
Yeah, you're about to become a beauty content creator.
Yeah, it's just regular lotion, but that's not skincare though.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But this is like away from. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people actually ask. But maybe not a lot. Before, when people say a lot of people, and someone says, "Show me the people that asked." But yeah, when I post my picture on Twitter, I think that people do ask like, "What is your skincare routine?" And it's not drinking water.
Okay.
It's actually supplements, expensive supplements.
So, have you ever considered that as a content? Have you ever considered, or do you think that because what you do is tech? Do you think that not pigeonholes you? Is that because you just want to, or do you?
I think that I can do everything that I want to do in terms of lifestyle because I've already started. Okay. For you, if you overly niche down, where maybe for the person who talks about Excel, how to use Excel every day, you have to like start dropping small tips. Not tips, but things about your life. But for me, I feel like I show people just enough to be able to like talk about skincare. If I talk about skincare, you watch it because, I have talked about like, so when I took a trip, for instance, I just made a couple of videos to show people the kind of hotel I'm staying in or something like that, just for them to see like a bit of, with sound, create some fun videos. Yeah. So I do that. So because I'm not stranger to that, it's easy for me to just post. And of course I've posted cringe videos. So there's really nothing I can't post on the internet. Okay. But I don't post everything, especially ring light opinions. Those ones, no. That's a no for me.
Oh, explain that, please.
Those ones where you take a ring light and start commenting on the latest what's drama, something happened in somebody else's life. That's the line I wouldn't cross. Okay. That's the line I wouldn't cross. Yeah.
Okay. But with lifestyle, I'm curious about this thing of where has being a content creator taken you? Because you've talked about travel.
Yeah.
Where have you traveled to?
Oof. The farthest place is China, Shanghai. Yeah.
Never been.
Yeah.
I'd love to go. I just think it's such a long journey. That's interesting.
Long.
Yeah.
It's very long. And I think, let me see, South Africa.
Okay.
Ghana.
Okay.
Dubai.
Okay.
I think Dubai the most because I've been to Dubai 4 times and they were all jobs. I've been to Dubai 5 times and 4 of those times were for work, for, tech related content type thing. Yeah. Where else?
Did you have a sorry, you have an accent that makes it sound like you're not, you're well, please guys forgive me for this, but I'm being classist, that you're well educated. Did you have a passport before? Or did you then get that because of the fact that you are now becoming a content creator? So have you traveled or
before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Did you say I have an accent?
No, I think you do. You have.
Okay.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
People say I'm English speaking.
Yeah, you can tell that there's
No, but
British
no,
English.
no, but then
English, right?
I mean, what do you call it? Which is why I was saying that. Listen, when you were talking earlier on about the Igbo accent, I was saying, listen, I don't hear it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's a certain element of the fact that, listen, look, which probably brings me back to that thing I said. It is, what did you study? So there is that perception that you will hear of somebody, bros, you perceive that means that a certain level of education, a certain level of exposure. The way you speaks to a different level of exposure. Yeah. So it's curious about. I mean, people talk about that thing of where content creation and just where their career, where it led them to, and the opportunities given them. So I was just curious to understand that sort of, listen, look, I still remember, sorry, because I'm digressing, I remember that even with us as an agency, and so a few of my guys hadn't traveled before. And I remember the first time that, of them being on a plane, and not just going to Abuja, but traveling outside the country. And it's such a great thing to experience that, and that's from digital. It's like, whoa, we managed to do that. So, yeah.
I mean, for me, I traveled as a student, but it was nothing fancy. Student budget, kind of like $1,000 or something. That was the entire budget for the trip.
Okay.
Aside flight. But yeah, it was fun. I think just for me, I felt like I was seeing colors for the first time because red was suddenly redder.
Okay.
Compared to the camera will pick that up as well. So the pictures that you take, and then that abroad filter, and then that was very nice to experience as a student. Yeah.
Alrighty.
But I think the traveling has been more. So I only traveled once before.
Okay.
I got a job and quit my job. So yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Where do you still want to go to? Is there a place? Are you a travel person?
Yes,
do you enjoy
I
it?
love traveling.
Okay.
I try to extend my stay every time I go for a job. Going for a job is vacation for me, like vacation afterwards, of course. I loved Marrakesh, and I think I would like to visit Egypt.
Okay.
Any other African country? No.
Oh, so no, you should try. 2 places I've been to that were, and again, I'm lucky enough. I do that thing of go for work, but then just happen to have to spend the weekend there, and so luckily work covers the flight, and then you just find a little extra to find some cheap hotel and stuff. Zanzibar.
Oh yeah.
Zanzibar, Mauritius.
Oh yeah.
2 places.
Okay.
It's amazing what Africa has, and it was. I mean, because it was that thing of seeing the things that people go and pay for, and you'll see it, pictures and all that kind of stuff, and it was amazing. Where I want to get to, and I haven't, and it's is to travel around Nigeria. Because I see some of the pictures and stuff about what we have here, and I'm just blown away and just think that this is what we pay to travel for, and stuff like that. So yeah.
What states have you been to?
I've done mainly Southwest. The place where I haven't done a lot of is North, and I was asking someone today whether or not Abuja counts as North, and apparently it doesn't. So yeah, so no. So the North, no. I haven't touched there, but I've done all the sort of like Ibadan, Ede, what do you call it? I've done Ori, Asaba, Abeokuta, all the Southwest states, but I haven't really, gone out and gone further. So I would like to try and do that. I'd like to try and do that because I just think there's beauty here. I just think that we don't explore it. Yeah. We don't explore it enough. I was planning to try and do that sort of every month to go somewhere, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. So
have you gone to Calabar?
No, I've heard. I keep planning to go for the Christmas thing, the Christmas festival, carnival, and I haven't. Yeah, and then because we always have something family wise here in Lagos, so I'm always sort of stuck, and that could have like people coming in and Dirty December, etc. But I do. I want to travel. I do. I find that it's cathartic, and it's just opens your mind and stuff, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Best place you've been to? Best place.
Well, it's not Dubai. Sorry.
Okay.
I think it's Marrakesh.
Okay.
I think it's Marrakesh.
Alrighty. Okay. But moving
wait. Okay. Cape Town. Cape Town. Yes.
Okay.
Cape Town. Love the weather. Love the people.
I don't know what it was when I went. It was lovely. I've been twice, just again for work, just in case my people are looking. So I did it for work, and it was lovely. Maybe I wasn't there at the right time and stuff, but it was it was lovely to walk around. I didn't end up doing Table Mountain and all that. I know people who went. And did you do the skydive? Was it the
paragliding? No, I didn't do any
smart.
of those activities. Why? But I would still. I would.
Nigerian. What's that one? Is that the good thing? What the good Microsoft does?
I remember when one brand wanted me to do skydiving before an event. I was like, why will I go and jump before an event? Shouldn't it be after? like the event be like I don't want to do that before. It has to be after.
Okay.
Yeah, they wanted me to jump, to do skydiving. I was like, oh no. The timeline is not correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I took us to travel. Let me bring you back to tech and ask. Okay, been in the industry for a while. Do you have a favorite phone?
Favorite phone?
Yes.
Right now?
Yeah. No, whether now or just something that you and it's sort of over the years, whatever it is. Do you have a favorite?
I think I have a favorite phone brand, but it doesn't mean that I recommend it to everybody or every single model to everybody.
Okay.
But I have a favorite phone brand, yes.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay.
And that's Oppo.
Okay.
And that's because like a lot of the time when I review smartphones, I try to tell people, or I put it at the end, like, that this phone is, if you're coming from the previous model, you do not need to buy this particular model. If you're coming from the model from 2 years ago, you do not need to buy this particular model. And a lot of phone brands do not really like that because they want you to say, oh, buy, I recommend 100%. Yada. So, but I mean, Oppo is the only brand in Nigeria, because I've worked with all of them, that sort of pushes it out as a message that their phones have fluency protection, which means they will run fast for 36 months to 48 months. So some of them are 36 months, some of them are 48 months, which means you don't need to upgrade your phone, until after 36 months, and these are hard times. So, expecting me to tell people to buy your phone just because you released it 6 months after I released the previous version, that's not something I'm going to do. So I love working with them because of that. For me, I just feel like it's common sense, especially at this point of my career. I feel like I have would I say vex? Would I say it's like vex money for brands where I don't have to work with every brand, especially phone brands, especially, in these times when
did you, sorry, because as a business owner, I'm sorry, because I'm really curious about this thing.
Yeah.
I still panic.
Yeah.
And still, when a client comes in, I still worry and still go, oh, listen, can we, and I'll take them, and I still find ourselves doing stuff then after you're thinking, we didn't make money on that and it's taking off a lot of time. When did you get to the point where you went, okay, no, I can,
I think sometime after I got the funding from YouTube Black.
Okay.
After I got the YouTube Black fund, yeah.
Okay.
I think that was the time where I said, okay, I don't have to take, a lot of back and forth anymore. I can just comfortably work with all the people, all the brands I want to work with, all the agencies I want to work with. And then when these ones that will stress me out will come, I'll tell them, I'll bill them according to the stress that and when they say, oh, your bill is there, I'm like, that's it. Yeah. So if you want to take it, you take it. And if you don't, So, and besides, like, content creation cannot be, I'm a full-time content creator, but you have to have some other businesses that are also bringing money so that you can, I guess, sleep well at night.
Okay. Which because I was going to ask you about what you think the future of or where you think smartphones are going to go to, but you led into it itself about business, and you said it earlier on about you have other businesses. Without, would you call it? Tell us a bit more, because it is interesting to see that content creation has given you the foundation to do more.
Okay, so I run an agency. It's an influencer agency, and then we do 360 marketing as well. So I am your competition. Just
don't use him. Don't use him. Sorry. End of conversation. You didn't tell us that part before. You tell us that part before. Yeah, I'm hyping you up and saying what an interesting conversation it is. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. That's excellent. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got the money.
Yes, but it's a lot of stress.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress, but I have a team for that. So for that one, I have a team. So we are 3 co-owners of the business. Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay. So you got an agency. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. What else did you do? Anything else? Because you mentioned Uber before.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
I tried it. I tried that as well, and sort of I had a spare car and I tried to do it, and everybody initially tells you that, oh yes, they're making extra amount of them, and then suddenly you realize the battery needs to be changed, the tire needs to be changed, blah, blah, blah. And suddenly it's like, nah, I think I managed 3-4 months of it and goes, nah, this wasn't going to work out. So I got them to sell the car. So, okay, so no Uber, but you've got an agency. What else?
I have food business, but it's not like really food. It's more like Catfish because I love Catfish so much. You guys know.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was a friend whose birthday. I went for a friend's birthday. I'm not a fish person. I'm a seafood person, not fish. And so, being polite, he'd ordered. It was some joint, and he ordered, pepper soup for everybody. He's like, oh God, I have to do this thing. And I had the catfish. I was like, you mean this is what it tastes like? Yeah, let me have more. let me have more.
Catfish is premium.
It's brilliant.
Very premium.
It's
so if you
lovely.
need catfish, especially in bulk,
okay,
holla.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk after. We'll talk after. Yeah, but okay, so that's interesting. Okay, alrighty. So are these all passion points, or are they business? Are they passion points for you?
So like I love Catfish. I was obsessed. I talked about it, tweeted about it way too much for someone who's supposed to be talking about tech. So yeah, I think
Okay.
so that one was just like pure, just love. I don't eat catfish as much anymore, fortunately, but
Alrighty.
yeah.
Okay. Well, if you weren't a content creator, what would you be? What would you be doing?
I would have a business. I definitely just would be a businessman.
Okay.
I would do everything else that I'm probably doing now and more. I would have an app that is on the Play Store and App Store.
Okay.
And I would still have that as well. But
Okay.
that's still in the works. And to be honest, the other businesses that I cannot say,
Okay. All right.
you might come to find out. You might come to find out maybe later.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what's your passion? I mean, because we talked about earlier on, and you were talking about tech as your passion, about phones.
Smartphones.
Yeah.
That's my passion. If you ask me what I can talk about all day, smartphones. I mean, I also like social justice. So yeah, I tend to lean in towards the underserved in society and just like talk about, some of the harsh realities that they're going through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because we're apolitical, and I'm not going to have enough
Yeah.
enough time. I'm going to stick with it. Let's stick with the smartphones. Where do you think they're going to go to? Where do you think because it is, you said every 6 months there's something coming out, and people took Apple to the cleaners about the fact that there was no change.
Mm-hmm.
All you did was do a number change and increase the price, but there was nothing more. Where do you think smartphones, or where do you think tech is going to go to?
So we already tried some things in the past that didn't work out, like phones where you have interchangeable parts. So you buy a phone and all you have to do is buy certain parts, switch out the battery, switch out the, camera, switch out. But what I think is going to happen is there's going to be even less and less upgrades in the future. So if you're buying the next Samsung, you already know that it looks the same. If you're buying the next iPhone, you already know that it looks the same. So there's like not so much improvement on flagships, and the mid-rangers might catch up, but it would not stop the flagships from becoming more and more powerful. So if there's one thing that changes in every generation of flagships, is the processor. The processor must change. There's always like a faster processor. I mean, so far, and now the brands are starting to guarantee more years of software updates. So the Pixel started it with didn't start it. They would have the highest number of updates now. It is 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a long time to if you have a phone to use it. Obviously, the battery is going to give out before then. But if battery tech is also there's also innovation going there with the graphene batteries that you charge once and they'll last about a week. That's the general idea. I'm all about that.
You can see tech. This is yeah. You can see. You're into phones. Sorry, because I just use it. So when you think graphene battery and stuff,
it's new tech. It's like new tech that I think it will change the way that we use our phones. Imagine having to charge your phone once every week. That's crazy. That means you could travel without your charger. Like we won't be complaining about having charger in the box anymore because people would only chargers will not be something people use every day.
Sorry, as a Nigerian, we have to say it. NEPA. Or PCN. I mean,
But you still won't use it every day because you charge it once last week.
That's amazing.
So
that would be amazing.
Good. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. But you don't think? Do you think we will? But we will have phones. You think we will have phones because there's a move more and more towards that sort of wearables and everything.
I love the idea of wearables, but for right now, I don't think that it is something that will practically replace phones just because they're new and heavy and they still have their quirks that people have to work out. You can't still use your eye to control every single thing like in the way that it will be seamless. And for the fact that you can't even, like we, the users, we, the people around the room cannot see your face, it's definitely a security problem. So I don't think wearables in the way that they are now will replace phones. Probably in the future when they can be, more like specs, if possible, like normal glasses, but they can do everything. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But do you think it will be, because I always worry about that thing, and I have a real thing about digital divide, about the length of time it takes for us as Africans and Nigerians to get this stuff. We now have 5G, we know that, but the West had it for a few years, and we're still playing catch up. And that always sits at the back of my mind about the opportunities to actually develop and the level playing field. And so it'll be my worry around it is the things I see. I mean, you turn on stuff and you think this is amazing, and then you look at the practicalities of it. I'm trying to figure out whether or not we are set up and ready for that, or whether we're going to end up playing catch up. So it'd be interesting.
I mean, we are going to end up playing catch up, whatever the case may be, just because of where we are as a continent and country, especially because even when we send delegates abroad and they witness the launch of new products, they hardly bring them back to implement them. Unlike, say, countries, say the UAE, for instance, you see them at the events and then you already see them at the airport the next day because technology is, they're very big on it and they want to be the center of everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what Nigerians want to be at the center of, aside music and culture. But I don't think it's tech.
I suppose, yeah, but I mean that's the challenge because obviously we've got the new minister trying to get that and trying to get us into that, and I know. I mean, we've got everyone talks about the youth footprint of Nigeria and all that, and, average of 19 and things like that. And sorry, I'll say it, I worry about that thing, about the fact that technology is going to become so important that we need to play at that. We really do need to play about it. And I'm curious as to where you think the Nigerian content creation ecosystem is going to go. What do you think? Because we've talked before about influencers. What do you see? Where do you see it going?
I think that it's for me, where I want it to go is where, as a content creator, all you have to do is sign up on platforms and then the brands will take it from there to sort of hire you for gigs and you set your price and everything seems seamless. But right now, the only platforms that do it well are the platforms in India, the platforms in the US and the UK, and they will book you for gigs, they will pay you a lot of money, and all you had to do is just sign up to the platform. So I think that that's something that we've tried, but I don't know if brands are going, it's almost...
You've tried it? You've tried it? Or before? You think it has been tried here?
We've tried it.
Okay.
My agency has tried it as well.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so we have a platform where you can sign up.
Okay.
Do you have a platform where people can sign up?
No, we use them. We use various platforms so that, and it is a case of also chicken and egg. We also know that a lot of the people aren't on it, so we tend to end up working with content companies, but also trying to just sort of understand who's out there and who's coming up and stuff like that, and seeing if they are under management or not, and going to them. So yeah, it would be more helpful definitely to be able to go to a source. It does make it easier because then there's at least you're able to verify, you're able to check and everything like that without the. And there's a level of professionalism as well that comes into it, and that would help brands and help us as agencies in working together. So yeah, that would be good. That'd be really interesting.
I think because right now what we have like the sort of analog version where somebody hits you up. Oh, can you send your rate card? Oh, yeah. You send yes. They be like, oh, we have a client that wants to pay. Like, okay, it's on this so they need the video here. This is the brief. They need the video here. You send your this thing here and all that. So you do like back and forth maybe 12 times before you get to the video and then send the video. Okay. Yeah, I think it would be nice to have a more streamlined, system where you have platforms. And if it works in other countries, I think it can work in Nigeria.
Definitely. No, there's no. I mean, what you call it? I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I think this is if you can build it. I mean, what you call it, and just get people on board. Absolutely. 'Cause I know that even us as an agency, the challenges of identifying things which our clients are then able to verify and know that they will deliver and understand how things need to work. That's one of the challenges of working with influencers, stroke content creators.
Yeah.
And if that platform's able to sort that out, that'd be really good.
Yeah. There's a trust issue here too.
Yeah.
There's a trust issue. I think that all the people who have reached out to me to join their platform, I think I only joined maybe one out of maybe 20. Just because there's a trust issue when you try to sign up, the platform wants to request for information that you're not ready to give, and that's like your access to post for you and do all these things. I'm just like,
no, dude.
yeah, I'm just like no. But how the Indians get you is you already agreed to do the job, and then before you get paid, you have to sign up for them to. I mean, in this case, they're not telling you that before you get paid, you need to sign up, but you need to sign up for them to even sort of check your reports. You don't have to report anymore, but here you send screenshots. So that screenshotting system, that's kind of like an analog system compared to where you just sign up and you don't need to send your report because they can already see it from their back end. It saves a lot of, send screenshot of this, screenshot of that story. The story has expired, that kind of thing. It's the whole... Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Conscious that we've taken up a lot of your time, but I mean, as I said it, I don't want you to go away without, sharing your pearls of wisdom. So, first, what advice would you give to aspiring content creators and influencers? What advice would you give?
You are a business. As a content creator, you are a business. So from the first day that you create your account or you decide to post your first content, that's your first day of being a business. And from then on, even if it's just one person or two people or three people who are liking your video, you have people to serve and you need to keep serving them. Everything that you need to know, everything that you need to learn about editing videos is on YouTube. That's the best place to learn how to edit. You can also edit. You can also learn from a person, but if that's your thing, that's good. But you can learn from YouTube for free. I mean, you pay for your data will go, but that's it. And all the resources too, even SEO, very important. Collaborations are great. Collaborate with people that you can, not the people who you think will give you the numbers. Because it's important to even know how to collaborate, how to approach people with collaboration ideas. You can make a video and send it to them so that they can see your setup. So if you email me a video and tell me, oh, I would like to collaborate with you, I already know what your setup looks like. I can see your video, but these things don't even matter to me, but it matters to a lot of content creators. So that's one way to get people's attention to, want to collaborate with you. What else? Use all the platforms. There are over 1 billion people on TikTok, so don't look down on any platform. This is something a lot of people did. When I jumped on TikTok and for, as a tech content creator coming over from YouTube, I was the only one, and I tried to convince everybody for the whole year, join TikTok, and then it was a hassle. I even took someone's phone and recorded his first TikTok video because he just didn't want to join. He was just like, what's TikTok? They always shake bum in TikTok. It was just like... no. But now he has almost 300, maybe 300,000 followers, from someone that's just like, TikTok, nah. TikTok has people. They have people. They have a lot of people. I think that's the only platform that people people look down for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay. Obviously, YouTube and Instagram, major key.
Alrighty. I don't know if we've covered this already with regards to the building of platforms, but I wanted to ask and sort of maybe end up on what positive changes do you think can be made in the content creation industry in Nigeria?
So when it comes to advertisements, I think that there needs to be a form of regulation. When it comes to advertisements, I think that it has to come in the way that even the creators will feel protected. So a lot of the times when people tell you to push XYZ platform, some of these platforms are like multi-level marketing schemes that don't offer any real profit to anyone. It would be good to protect the content creators from these, platforms that are not they're not in the genuine business, right? And other end is protecting the audience from these platforms. So the platform cannot just reach out to any influencer and get them to say XYZ. Like one happened recently, and everybody can tell. Everybody who is, knowledgeable about, fintech scams or just finance, MLM scams type thing, they can tell what it is. But the average person from that, from the audience, may not know and will invest their money. Instead, bring 25 million, get 48 million. I'm just like,
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So because it's the people that need protection, not even the content creator. Content creator is going to get their money and they will delete the content. They would go scot-free, and the platform also will go scot-free because they might not even be registered here. And so the kind of regulation that is required is for these platforms to be able to go through, basically they'll go through certain steps before they can even approach the content creator. So the content creator does not have to do any extra vetting. If they're, starting out, they don't have to do any extra vetting because a lot of people are not going to refuse money. Yeah. The temptation is too much. So it would be better to just stop these fraudulent platforms in their tracks before they even get to the content creator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Mr. Eric Okafor, Mr. KnewKeed, and I'm going to try and Ifunaya keeps sticking in my mind.
Yeah, Ifunaya.
Ifunaya is this, but no. Give me your traditional name.
Inyinaya.
Inanaya.
Inyinaya.
Inyinaya. Did I get it?
You tried.
Inyinaya.
Inyi.
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 Inyi. Did I get it wrong?
You're saying T. That's T.
No, I'm not saying T now. I'm not saying T.
As in teeth in Yoruba. Yeah.
Wait, say it again one more time.
Inyi.
Oh, I'm saying Inyi, aka Inyi.
Yeah, Inyi Inaya.
Inyi Inaya.
Yes.
Got it right, eventually.
Yeah.
Just took me 5 minutes. It took me 5 minutes. Sorry, I have to. The church I go to, I used to come from time to time. I'd give the announcements. They had to stop me because apparently people couldn't understand my accent. People couldn't understand. So I get it. I think I might have said that before. But anyway, so thank you ever so much. It's been really, really interesting, really insightful. I could continue. And I know that even before we started, we were talking, and so it's just really interesting. I just enjoy the opportunity to talk to people who are interesting, and and it sounds like it's been an interesting journey, and I really honestly, I know that we will see more, I know we will hear more, and I look forward to it and stuff. So wish you all the best, and thank you for your time. It was
a
really
pleasure.
good. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. As I said, this is the first in a series of conversations that we have with content creators and talk about the digital creative economy and where it's coming to. So make sure you follow Don't Be Afraid podcast. Make sure you do your notifications so that you can get the updates as the things come through. Follow KnewKeed on video, guys. You'll see it'll be on. The editors will do it on. For those of you who don't, it's KnewKeed. So KnewKeed, and it's on all the platforms and stuff. And yeah, support a brother. All right, he has many cars to buy. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Welcome.
All right.